Wobblehead Productions presents Cooking Meatballs!
Folks, how's it going? I figured I cook my head today and you guys can feast on it. No, anyway, I'm making a cooking video. Yes, indeed, this is true. Making a cooking video. Hang tight. What we're going for here is that we're going for meatballs, stuffed with bread. I guess you could call it like a meatball bread roll. Pretty easy stuff. Get a croissant roll, you make some meatballs, little ones, and yeah, just throw them in there. We'll see how it goes. Hang on. Anyway, though, what I got is, of course, I got some beef, some good old ground beef right here. I use 80-20 because it's just better. You don't have as much grease. Honey mustard sauce. What I'm using here, I'm using about I say this is probably about a ½ pound of beef right here. So I used I say about altogether I say about a quarter of a cup of honey mustard. I used taco seasoning as well. I used I say about 3 tablespoons of that, and I used a tablespoon of butter. I used a generous amount of this, however much you like for flavor. Then of course the egg, which I forgot. Crack open that. So there you have it right there. Already had the ingredients pretty much mixed, but there you have it. Use your hands, don't be afraid to get dirty. That's the thing about cooking. Get it all mushed together. Let's see if we can get that on camera. Real nice and neat. Have all the beautiful sounds of it sounds like whatever you want to imagine it to sound. Some people like to use flour in their meatballs, you know, because it holds them together. Well, I don't use flour in my meatball. I think the eggs kind of tend to do a pretty good job of holding it together, so I don't really fucking worry about it too much. So anyway, once we have this kind of mixed up liberally, I guess you can say, we'll go ahead and go ahead and start forming these into balls and put them on the pan. I like to cook them low and slow. It normally takes for the meatballs the size I'm making, yeah. Well, let's say if you're simmering on a medium high, it should take you only about 10 minutes for the meatballs to cook. But however, though, I like to let them simmer for a good half an hour or so. I just like it, and also because I can sit down and chill while all the meatballs getting flavors. So anyway, that seems pretty good enough. Disgusting as it is. Seems like some of the eggs already wanting to kind of start to come together right there. That's pretty unusual. Everything I'm using is fresh, by the way, so don't hate like, you know, everything is fresh. And no, do not add any salt or pepper or anything to it, because of the fact that this already has a lot of stuff in it, a lot of salt, a lot of things like that in it. You really don't need anything extra because, you know, it's just, you know, it's already seasoned enough anyway, so whatever. But if you want to season it, if there's anything out there that you think that you know, could fucking do it to it, then you can. So we're going to put it on. It's about medium high right now. Now, what I normally do is that I'm using like a big wok kind of thing right now. I do like these things. I don't really mind. I might have to get something bigger now I think about it, because shit, the one I have is already dirty. See, prepared. But anyway, though, it's not that big a deal. So anyway, we just kind of morph these into balls right there. We're not talking about big ones here, because you have to fit them inside the dough. So, I mean, we're talking about like little ones. I don't like shit smaller than that. And there you go. Yay, small. Put them right there. I know it's lots of meatballs going to result in this, and it's going to stick with you too. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. So anyway, I'm just going to put these on right now, and we will tune back in whenever these are cooked. After everything else, we're going to wrap them together and wrap them up in the bread and throw these bad boys in the oven. So alright, we will give it about a few more minutes. See you guys then. Show you the progress. Not too long since I put them all in here. what I did was that I basically just made a sauce using using the taco seasoning, a little bit more honey mustard, a little bit of this stuff right here. It's really good stuff. It's garlic sauce because you can't go wrong without a garlic. Basically, just have it on a low simmer. Try to basically get it all kind of mixed around a little bit. Flatten. You don't have to worry about really getting it even right now because the whole idea basically is just to just let them simmer and cook. And so they're going to do this for quite a while. And I do cover them. I do. And yes, they are being boiled. They are not being grilled. I initially grilled them at first. I grilled them. I flipped them around so they were kind of brown on all sides and pretty much brown on all sides. Then I did that, and then I had a little bit extra room, and I put these 3 in there too. So, but anyway, though, there you go. That's the creation, and I'm gonna have to check on the sauce in a few minutes because it's not quite as thick as I want it to be. You might say, well, how do you make it thicker? Well, anyway, we're gonna have that continue to cook and chill around, folks. So until then, what you're gonna do is just chill around, do whatever, get hungry. Alright folks, how's it going? We are back. Oh, alright, now what we're going to do is that we're going to do, that ready? Go ahead and wrap these bad boys up. I'll show you how that's done. So, not going to use the whole thing right here of the croissant rolls, but so, you know, if you have any extra, that's always the bonus. I'm just making enough for myself. I'll make some more later. It's more of a demonstration of it. I'm greasing up the pan really well. I just use butter. I use butter for all non-stick purposes. It's just, I just think it's better flavor than what like other stuff will give you. Like what is that stuff? Like any kind of dough stuff. I don't even fucking use the shit. I don't even know what half the brands are called anymore. But right there, I like lots of butter, absolutely, because it gives a good flavor. Why the fuck not? So, what's that? Stuff out my cigarette, but it looks like it didn't quite work out, and it's just burning away. I'll get finished the shit at the bottom. If you're cooking with guests, make sure to wash your hands after starting the cigarette. But I'm cooking for myself, so I really don't give a fuck. Alright. That done. Okay. Anyway, got the preheat oven, I believe. These are for 350. 375. Make sure you're not in the oven. Oh, of course. There's some. Just a spare. Just stick that in there for storage. Should use that one. Alright, put it on. This I do about 375. I don't know about 350 actually, because there's really you have meat in there, so. Absolutely. So cooking pigs in a blanket is essentially what it is, but instead you're actually just putting meatballs in it instead, so that's pretty cool, huh? Crack that open real fast. Loop ha. And these crescent rolls from Food Line are kind of funny. So anyway, dispose of the carcass. Just wrap these back up in a whatever. So anyway, take the first wrap like that. So normally, I just want to drain my meatballs. So let me drain these meatballs real fast. And then stuff right there, grease a bit on it. these nice and drained. That should work. Now that we have drained and did all that with the meatballs, we're going to wrap them up. So with that, basically the whole principle is like so. What I do is basically just like a little bite, basically just meatball bites. Wrap them up, and boom, just like that. Wrap the bread open, stuff them, bam, there you go. That's the whole idea. I believe I said earlier in the video that this was that these were stuffed with bread. No, the bread is stuffed with these. So if I said that earlier in the video, I apologize. But we all get the idea now. Sometimes it's a little bit rough, just kind of morph them into whatever you need to morph them into. Kapow. Sometimes like the meatballs can get sort of like all broken apart and stuff like that. That's why people do use flour, but it's no big deal to me because it's not that bad. So just gonna take the little chunks, just put them toward the end like that. Good enough for about a meatball's worth. Wrap that over. Oop. Pick up all the excess bread. If you want extra bread, go for it. Nothing wrong with extra bread. You know, if that's what you're into. Stuff that. Wrap it up. And boom. That's quite a large size, but there's quite a large in there. Just fun with the display. You know, there's no mistakes whenever you're just wrapping shit up like this. Like that. Wrap it up. Boom. And, absolutely. Stuff them. Bam. Right on. And just continue the process, folks. You don't even have to have these perfectly enrolled, because whenever you're enrolling them, whenever you're rolling them up, it's just gonna, you kind of just have to, unlike a real cooking show, I don't have one that's pre-prepared, already ready to go. Blah, see, it takes 2 seconds. I wish it did have that, but I don't. So, alright, see you guys in a little while after this is done cooking. Cheers. Alright folks, how's it going? My god. Looked like shit. You know why? Because I feel like shit. I've been pretty fucking kind of sick for the past couple of days. Just have not felt into it at all. Like, at all. But today I feel a little bit better and I've been bored, so let's do it to it. Here we are. We have, finally, it looks like, I believe, the creation is done. So, what do you say we pull them out and let's see what they're about, shall we? Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Absolutely, they're beautiful, beautiful going brown. Yikes. Okay. Awesome. Cool beans. And here's the end result. Let's see if we can't get a good look right here. Look at that. What do you know? Stuffed bread. Meatball stuffed bread. Meatball, of course, having some very unusual seasoning. That's quite alright, because hey, you know, you stick with traditional, it gets kind of old. Values traditional, agree, but food, always try to mold. Always try to mold, always try to, you know, fight the mold, I guess. Let's see here, white hot, look how beautiful that is. Look at that, see the meat right there, beautiful. It's not dry, that's why you let it simmer for a while, keep it nice and juicy, so that way it doesn't, you know, even if it does overcook a little bit in the oven, it's not going to dry it out, you know, it's still going to, alright, so now what was the test?
No way! This is MCP pants, isn't it?
First of all,
okay, fine. Sirloin,
the first test we passed is not to burn down the house. The second test is I did not burn myself.
Will you just tell
Nor
me
the
who
third,
it is,
so
'cause
we
I'm not
passed
gonna let you
everything
toss
so
that.
far. So this is just phenomenal. I'm super stoked. This is my first time actually attempting something like this. It's not that I do this often because I don't. I really don't. I just cook very simple stuff. This right here, hey, I figured why not? You know, I've been kind of broke, and well, not like I've just been trying to save money anyway, and so we don't get broke, and just kind of just throwing what I have around the house together. Fucking A, I can't believe it. Alright, folks. So now I've rambled on for a minute. Put that right there. Let's see here. Let's do it with that. Let's find a little one just for taste. Ooh, that's quite hot. Yikes. Alright, let's test it out. That's super hot. If I put a little bit, I'm gonna taste without the mustard first, of course. Oh, you guys have no idea how good this is. Oh, this is just, ooh, and it's got a spicy aftertaste to it too. It's almost got like a sausage kind of feel to it, the beef does. It really does. I guess all the spices and everything else just kind of just did it to it like that. So anyway, here's to a successful meal, and if you guys really care to actually know how to make this, just kind of throw it together yourself and watch the first part of my video, because that's how I throw it together. Alright, peace out, guys. This has been a Wobblehead production. Thank you for watching. Cheers.